Okay, as I stated was the case, the video captured at 1:25 p.m. on March 11, 2021. It is followed by what is documentation showing I remained for an entire day, and the entity engaged in the pattern of keeping the light source. It did not, in the same way that it did not leave from Woodside Senior Apartments over my head, directly in its zenith in front of apartment number 51, 408 West G Street. As I captured video at 12:38 p.m., it did not continue to migrate west toward Los Angeles, for example, or toward any other state. The entity engages in setting that light source, as I documented Woodside Senior Apartments, a third-party facilitating venue, and as I documented Starbucks, third-party facilitating venue, not only at the intersection of San Antonio and Ramona in Montclair, but third-party facilitating venue Starbucks located at 706 West Hall Boulevard, where the light source is both rising in the morning and it's also captured what is then supposedly setting at the same address at after 5 o'clock in the evening. This is the specific environment, and so this is also, I'm giving you the other example where I'm subject to this pattern of conduct in the workplace. The workplace is the very is the very venue, the circumstances where the entity is the employer. You're not employed by some company that is exercising their constitutional right to operate a business in the U.S. The entity is the malicious guise under which the same exact environment is present, the same exact demonic behavioral pattern is underway, the same exact terrorism and group stalking is facilitated. And there was no point at which the entity ceased to engage in that pattern of conduct while I was in the workplace at Harupa Village, Country Village Apartments, and the light source remained in its zenith over my head. As I captured in video at while the entity was group stalking by helicopter and by plane, flying over Country Village and aircraft amplifying it, and I captured that on video too. But the hallmark being group stalking by aircraft and group stalking under the maintenance of a light source in its zenith over my head, and while surrounded by what is engineered light. So that's the pattern of conduct that I captured, and that's exactly what remained. And it is currently 2:22 p.m. And so as I stood in front of my apartment showing you what is an impossibility, I captured that video at 1:30, but I'm speaking to what was the specific timestamp of 1:25, giving ode to March 11, 2021. I want to be clear, there is no point where the sun would be anywhere over this property. I wouldn't even see it in the sky space if the natural environment was such that the sun is at any angle to be over, specifically over the property of Country Village Apartments, which is in Harupa Valley, California. But what I did capture, and what I'm continuously capturing now, was the maintenance of that light source as I stood in front of my apartment building, the same apartment building where the entity is rising, and I put that in air quotes, the light source in the morning in alignment, and it is engineered light inside of my apartment, and then remaining hovering over my window, and I'm on the 3rd floor, and you see it, this light source hovering over my window, and then which is again speaking to what is non-movement of a light source, and that's exactly what happened. I've shown you the pattern of conduct, I've shown you the behavior of the environment, and so it reasonably follows, when you have established the pattern, the phenomenon. The light source didn't go anywhere as I captured it on March 11, 2021. It never does. And the entity engages in what is the pattern of rising and setting a light source, which is not the sun. It is not the natural environment. It is facilitating what is mass group stalking and monitoring by a government. And so in the same way that I showed you in that video today, captured March 11, 2024, the light source is covered by clouds. I want you to see how rapidly the environment is changing. This is speaking to what is an ongoing knowledge while the demon-possessed, this secret society is being exposed, and it's something that is entirely unpersuasive. I've shown you phenomenon after phenomenon, and so this is something that you should expect. This is something that does not throw you off the analytical train. All right, the entity is engaging in what is covering up that which does not cease to exist, and this is why I'm capturing another video, because this is the light source, as I've already shown for a series of months when I've been documenting the pattern of conduct. The light source didn't go anywhere while you're looking at it covered up with clouds. Also, you also know that the engineered light doesn't go anywhere. Okay, the entity is engaging in this pattern of conduct on an ongoing basis. The fire department is here, group stalking, by the way. That's the state acting directly. And this is engineered light in front of me. This is my shadow appearing in the shade of the truck as well. This is no ordinary light, not sunlight. This is the P.O.C, and this is my concentrated shadow behind me while they are engaging in what is monitoring. All right, and their form is they're here checking what are the fire extinguishers. I want you to look at what is engineered light appearing underneath a staircase. This is impossible light activity, not only because the sun is not going to engage in what is reaching in between all right, reaching in between in order to shoot down. That's impossible light right there, okay? You also know that that's engineered light. It has actually nothing to do with the placement of a light source, which is not possibly the sun, while the sun remains documented in its zenith over my head at what is Country Village Apartments in Harupa Valley, California. It is also coexisting with what is the pattern of the state to engage in what is group stalking via helicopter and aircraft. And it is also coexisting with the hallmark of what is the placement of engineered light, just like you see on the ground and just like you see on that staircase. I've documented the people of the state, including Amazon, who is here engaging in group stalking, and they're doing so under what is the hallmarks as I continue to show them. It's 2:25 p.m. And this is POC.